Hi everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Tatiana, this is Subsweek, and this week we're talking about being pagan or being a witch and facing prejudice. I'm very sorry, but I'm having problems with the focus. This is a new camera and but I do have interesting things to say, I hope, so please stay with me. So the question will be in the description, as usual, but what the viewer mainly asks is, they mention they are in a Christian high school, and how do I let them understand that I'm not evil? And they also mention having a problem with their parents. Their parents giving them a problem about paganism and witchcraft. And they ask, how can I hide my rites and such? So my advice for you really applies to anyone who lives or has to deal with people who don't understand and are prejudicious towards Wicca and paganism or witchcraft. And this advice is basically have answers ready to the most common questions that us pagans and wiccans and witches usually get. It's my belief that we can only fight ignorance with knowledge. I'm going to put a link here on the screen and in the description to the video that I made about resources, in which I talk plenty about different books that I've enjoyed reading and found to be useful, and online resources and whatnot, if you want to check that out. If you do have access to purchasing books, I would highly recommend Scott Cunningham's introductory books. They are the guides to the solitary practitioner and living Wicca. Even if you are more advanced, you might find them helpful when preparing your answers, because Scott Cunningham, he put even the most debatable subjects into such a simple language, a concise and clever manner, that I myself find these two books quite useful. Also, very important, know the history of witchcraft. You will not only find a great connection to the past and maybe a sense of tradition, if that's something that you like, but you will also learn how the past witches coped with the pressures and the prejudice that comes with practicing witchcraft. All through the centuries they have been persecuted and murdered, so you'll want to learn how they dealt with all the persecution and how they protected themselves and other coven members, and how they protected the Book of Shadows and whatnot. It's very important that you know about the history of what you're doing, not only because of what I've just said, but also because you'll be ready to correct people when they unwillingly or willingly come to you with incorrect information and prejudice. Studying is a great way to empower yourself and protect yourself from all the craziness, so be confident, be ready, and believe in yourself. Something else. Be aware of how the media has been portraying us, witches and pagans, so you can comment on how much unfair, derogatory fantasy or lies have been circulating and giving witchcraft a bad reputation. You can choose to comment, for example, on movies such as, and now I'm quoting from an article, a very good one that I'll link in the description. For example, the prime Hollywood example is the movie Witches of Eastwick, in which Jack Nicholson is portraying a demonic satanic character that brings out the power in three witches. This is implying a connection between Satan and Wicca. However, Wiccans do not believe in a Satan figure. This is more of a Christianity thing. And they also mention the Blair Witch Project, which is about a group of people who go looking for the legendary Blair Witch, with whom there's an implication that she's involved with something dark, and they end up disappearing. This again implies that witches are dark and evil. No historical facts, dates, names, important publications, and relevant movies, etc. Because if people realize that you've educated yourself on the subject, they will most likely respect you. And they will not think that you are doing what you're doing and believing in what you're believing because you are just following a trend, or that you're simply subject to delusions. Be ready. Now about your mom and hiding things from her. I really have to be honest. I'm unsure about what to say on this, because I believe that keeping stuff from her, hidden from her, and if she ever finds out, she might freak out, because she might think that you're dealing with something that is so terrible that you have to keep it hidden from her, But yeah, I'm sympathetic to your situation. I myself do not have an altar and held any rituals until I had my own home. When I lived with my parents are Christians, and they were not prejudicious, but I think, especially my mom, she thought that paganism and witchcraft was just a bunch of silly people gathering around the fire and chanting to the moon and believing they are Sabrina, the teenage witch, and talking to cats. So I had to keep it hidden. It wasn't 100% hidden. I believe she knew that I had an interest in the subject, but yeah, I didn't have an altar and altar items, and I didn't hold rituals. But what I'd like to mention is that you actually don't need the traditional altar and altar items to be connected to the craft and to nature. For example, you can cast a circle using your fingers. Scott Cunningham talks about that, I think. I'm not sure. Also, if you have a small or cluttered bedroom, you can use crystals or stones for watchtowers in your circle instead of using candles, which can be a fire hazard. You can also use normal kitchenware like, cereal bowls or Tupperware to put your salt and your water. And if you can't by any means work in a circle, there are always different things that you can do. You can practice meditation, you can do journey work and talk to your spirit animals. There's always a way to be connected with your true self and to nature and to the cosmos. If you like oracle decks, they are relatively easy to hide, and they are very interesting. I just recently got into oracle decks and I am enjoying them so much. We have a sub in our channel that has plenty of practice with oracle decks, and I will put a link here to her channel. So yeah, this is just some quick advice on how to deal with the everyday prejudice we're faced with as pagans or wiccans or witches. It can be hard. I know it can be hard. And just to end this video, I thought I'd also mention that be careful who you talk to, and there's so much intolerance and violence in a general manner when it comes to religion these days all throughout the world. Just be careful. you have to be the judge yourself of the situations. So there's a time to talk and there's a time to protect ourselves. I hope you've enjoyed this video, just some quick advices, and yeah, check out the links below.